I'm Val Staples. I'm the director of PowerCon and ThunderCon. When we did this last year, we went in there, we hit the ground running, we tried to put on the best show that we possibly could that we thought fans would enjoy. And it was a fun show, but it was a smaller show. And you never know what to expect from our first year. But it was a lot of fun. I think we did a lot of things right. A lot of people had a good time. And we wanted this year, for the second year, to be bigger and better. And we moved to a bigger venue, had even more guests. We had even twice as many panels. And it showed. We had a lot more people this year. And I hope it's going to keep growing, because this is something that I did, and with the people who work with me, we did it because we wanted to put on a show where other people could enjoy themselves and take part in learning all the little tidbits and intricacies about He-Man and She-Ra and Thundercats, and just revel in that same fandom with people just like themselves from all over the world.
My favorite thing about PowerCon is this is actually a convention that I enjoy. So as something like San Diego Comic-Con, huge and has so much going on, there's not something that's central to what I really enjoy, which would be Masters of the Universe. So this one's so concentrated, there's stuff to do the entire weekend, whereas even though San Diego, you would think I would be able to find something to do, the entire week. Not so much.
PowerCon is awesome and ThunderCon's awesome. I get to be Panthera, and I'm excited to be here. It's like a blast from the past. I can feel like I'm a kid again.
My favorite thing about PowerCon is that it actually isn't a massive convention like something like San Diego or even like a Heroes Con, which are all great as well. But there's almost like a warmth to PowerCon. It's a family-friendly sort of a feeling. Everybody is passionate about these brands, about He-Man, She-Ra, and Thundercats. And the guests and the fans mingle, they hang out and talk, and there's such a feeling of camaraderie here that you don't get so much at a massive convention. I think you'll find across the board that most of the people who come to this come away feeling like they just went to like a big family reunion. It's just an awesome, awesome feeling.
My favorite things about this convention is that it's such a an intimate environment. It's a smaller convention, but it's all these people that are completely passionate about these properties, and you've got all these chances to come like face to face with all these creators and talent that worked on the cartoons and the original toy lines, and it's just like everybody's right here, huddled together, real close, all enjoying these properties together, and it's just something you can't really experience anywhere else.
How are you, She-Ra? Oh, that's my mouth. That's my mouth.
My favorite thing about PowerCon is definitely getting to hang out with the other fans. It's nice to you can go to a comic book convention and you can find the odd random He-fan, She-Raver walking around, but here we all come together. It's just a big family reunion for us to all nerd out and geek out together. So
this is our second year coming. We were here first year and just loved it, and this year it's about 3 times the size as it was last year, so a lot more costumes, really interesting, a lot more vendors, super awesome.
Hi, I'm John Spector. I am not Scott Knightlick, I'm actually Lieutenant John Spector. PowerCon and ThunderCon have been fantastic. I've read a lot about them, I've seen images, and it's always just such an exciting environment. So many fans just come together, and you have a lot of celebrities, a lot of people that are really worth meeting. So this is absolutely the best convention I've ever been to.
Today is the very first day of ThunderCon / PowerCon, which explains why this guy's standing right here.
Right over here.
With 2 Thundercats. Yeah. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm super duper excited to be here.
Yes! Oh my god! Why aren't you here?
I know. Why aren't you
Audience
here?
members, be here.
Next year.
Seriously, if you're not here, I mean,
Or
really,
somewhere else, but it
what
won't
do
be cool. Like
what do you
here.
mean? It's not
Extra stuff.
whatever
Science.
you're doing, it's lame.
I'm having such a good time at PowerCon. The fans are, well, they're extraordinary. You know, it's very humbling. People know what you've done. The fans know more about what I've done than I do, and that's actually a treat because I get to remember. So it's a gift too. There's wonderful, wonderful toys, and the staff is just wonderful. I'm enjoying being here so much. It's very contained and very intimate. Other conventions can be seemingly more like a gathering of hordes, which is lovely too. But this has just been so sort of embracing because of its gentility and the focus just on Mattel and just on Masters of the Universe, and the animators and the writers. It's sort of across the boards, the whole creative process that goes into.
It's really well put together. PowerCon's really a tight convention, really good in the sense that it's easy to navigate and there's a lot here. The PowerCon being its second year is doubled in size, so you know PowerCon 3 is going to even be bigger and better. Val, Staples, and Carla and Danielle have the three people that we've been in touch with primarily are fantastic. They're good coordinators and marvelous to get things coordinated and easy for us to be involved with. They allowed us to, you know, come and share the things we've stored for 25 years. You know, at a tour, came and went. You know, and here we are with, you know, what are these called? Pennants. Yeah, pennants from the tour. And you know, our old
want these things.
Our old swords, you know, we have these in our closet to defend our home, you know, because we are He-Man and She-Ra. But you know, we got to bring them and clank them here in front of people. So, you know, it's a great.
We're not having any fun.
No. We're signing autographs, and once again, we're celebrities after all this time. So, you know, it's really, really fun.
It goes back to the fans, though. You know, people have come up to us that, you know, saw the show when they were 7, 8, 9, and they're adults, and they're like, oh my gosh, I saw, you know, it's like, oh, I feel so young, you know. No, but it's just, it's heartfelt. You know, it really, I mean, cut to the chase. I feel, I'm full. It's been wonderful.
I was here last year at the first, I guess it was the first PowerCon last year, and it was at a different venue, and this one is just so much nicer. But not comparing it, it's just really great. It's really, you can get around easily, you can intermingle the fans and the creators, and I don't really know half the time if someone draws comic books or they're a fan from Des Moines, you know, and it's great because, you know, it's just everybody's sort of part of the He-Man family, which is really great. Personally, last night, and somebody had a suite, and we ended up with guitars and a bunch of people dancing and singing, and it was just crazy. We went till 1 in the morning, and one of the fans, a guy from France, all of a sudden breaks into this Elvis Presley jailhouse rock dance from out of nowhere. It was fantastic, and you know, there was a guy today who I guess was in the He-Man movie who did a demonstration of whipping. You know, he's really great with a whip, and his wife participated, and then he got Meg Foster from the movie to be whipped, and he showed how to use a whip as weapons, and then his wife did it, and she was better than him. It was just amazing.
Well, I've been having a lovely time. Some lovely people. I had a terrific panel discussion with the director, Gary Goddard, who I hadn't seen in a very long time, and Meg Foster, who has always been a favorite actress of mine, and I loved working with her. She's as beautiful as ever. And also Richard Sponder, who had won a contest, and he was Pig Boy in the movie, and he's all grown up. And then I've only had a second to wander around through the hall and be around a bit tomorrow. I'll get a chance to interact a little more and enjoy, you know, some of the other the artists who are here. Looks like there's some wonderful illustrators and you know, toy manufacturers, etc. Also had a good time doing a sword and whip weapons demonstration, you know, talking about how I like to choreograph and create credibility for characters, you know, when I'm doing action, how action can lend itself to making a much more involving story for the audience and can give, you know, performers a layer of credibility that would be very hard for them to achieve just through verbal dialogue alone.
My favourite thing of the convention is being with, as I like to call them, like-minded, twisted individuals that all have a strange passion for He-Man and She-Ra. It's hard to put into words, but it's like we've known each other for all these years, like a bunch of us, and then suddenly you all come together and it's like, oh, it's like the best place on earth for like 2 days. You know, it's a great convention, even bigger this year than last year. Last year was great, but this year you've got like 2 panels every hour, all day, and it's just like, it never stops. And in a way, it's almost like overkill, because it's like, well, I want to see all these panels, but I've got a table, I have responsibilities. As we all know, with great power comes something or the other. So it's like, I need to, you know, always be present here, but I want to see all these panels, so, you know, I'm enjoying it as much as I can.
It's nice, because I think out of the majority of a lot of the cons that I have done, it's just so small, it's intimate, you can really get your way around, talk to people, and actually have some conversations instead of running off to your next venue, panel, or signing kind of thing. So it's nice just because of its intimacy. I think it's really cool. Not to mention I love the He-Man thing, so it's good. I love it. We had the dinner last night, and it was terrific to see John cut the cake and do the whole thing, and it was so funny because he had the butter knife, and he's holding it up, and as he has the power of the table, and I don't know why, but that just hit a note with me, and I thought it was dynamite. It was a good night, and it was a good dinner. So it was nice to kind of meet the original team of the 80s, and you know, and the new team of which Gary Hartle put together for the 01 version of which we did. So it was a really cool dynamic in the room, and it was just kind of cool to see everybody finally.
Well, so far my favorite part of ThunderCon/PowerCon is just being able to wear a costume that I really love and see the exhibitors hall and a lot of really cool prints. I picked up a lot of stuff and probably spent more money than I should have. I also got to meet Lynn Lipton, who was the voice actress for the original Cheetara, so I sort of had like a big nerd moment with that. And I also entered the costume contest and actually won first prize, luckily enough. So I got a couple of figures to add to my toy collection. I have Manny faces from Masters of the Universe versus Snake Man. I have King Randor from Masters of the Universe again. And then, of course, my arch nemesis, Mum-Ra. So it's been a really great day so far, and ThunderCon/PowerCon really rocks.
Hi, my name is Lynn Lipton. I played Cheetara and most of the female characters in the first season of 1.5 years of Thundercats, and I'm just thrilled to be here. I think the people, because you never get to meet your fans really, and I've not been, and it's just very rewarding that they get so much pleasure out of the cartoon series. Even today, you know, the new one and the old one. And very specifically, they've come to see us because we created the characters, and it's just wonderful. It's very moving to me.
Hi, I'm Peter Newman. I did the voice of Tigra for the Thundercats and Lieutenant Quicksilver for the Silverhawks. Also did a bunch of other voices for both series, but who cares? It's amazing. I only did one convention about 8 years ago, and it wasn't as big as this. And it's amazing to meet people who are really so dedicated to the series of Thundercats in particular, and take such joy out of their experience and their life experience with it, and to connect me with that really positive feeling. It's a pleasure. It's really terrific. Great surprise, actually.
Hi, I'm Larry Kenny. I provided the voice of Lion-O, among other characters, in Thundercats, the original Thundercats series. And I was also Jackal Man in that series. We all played many characters. Then in Silverhawks, I was Bluegrass. I've also been the voice of Count Chocula on television commercials for 100 years, and the voice of Sonny the Cocoa Puffs bird. You might hear me on the end of Skittles candy commercial. I'm the guy that says, "Feel the rainbow, taste the rainbow." That's him? Yes. I love this con because I've been to a lot of them, large ones, small ones, and the great thing about this is that everyone who is here, the fans who are here for Thundercats, because they're fans of Thundercats, He-Man, Masters Universe. It's a more concentrated group of people, so you don't have to wade through armies of white-clad Star Wars troopers to get to the bathroom.
PowerCon. Here we are, PowerCon 12. It's just been an absolutely dynamite experience. Great people, great events, everything's fantastic. I can only advise you, get out here. 2013 is going to be a heck of a year. It's going to be a great lineup, and I think you probably would want to be here. So do what you can. Get out to PowerCon 2013. It's going to be dynamite.
Look, guys, if you are He-Man fans, She-Ra fans, Thundercats fans, you need to come to PowerCon ThunderCon. Why aren't you here now? There is so much incredible things happening here. All these amazing talent here. All these people that worked on the original Masters of the Universe toy lines. These voice actors from Thundercats. Larry Kinney, Lion-O himself. He's sitting not 20 feet away from me right now. He is right through those doors. You guys could be meeting him. You need to get out here. If you're real fans, you really want to experience something special, PowerCon and ThunderCon is the place to do it.
Hi guys, you got to come to PowerCon ThunderCon next year. You missed a great event this time. Lots of great people, lots of fun things going on. I'm going to be here next year. I hope you will be too.
Alright guys, if you're sitting at home watching this, why aren't you here? Because we're all here hanging out, we're having a great time. Artists that you've always wanted to meet are here. The voice actors are here. Toys you've been looking for 30 odd years are here waiting on you. What are you doing? Don't you want to hang out with us? We want to hang out with you.
I want you to listen to me. You have the power. So come to the universe of Power ThunderCon. You'll enjoy yourself more than you know. There are toys, there are animators, there are swordsmen. You're going to like it. Come to PowerCon.
So you gotta come to PowerCon next year and subsequent years, because if you're a fan of He-Man, She-Ra, and Thundercats, it's gonna be non-stop enjoyment the entire time, jam-packed with panels, specific guests from all of those properties. You will be in heaven if you are a fan.
Hello, I'm Danielle Galerter, also known as Penny Dreadful. And listen very closely. Eye of Newt and intestines of Tauntaun, I command you to come to PowerCon.
You all need to come. There is no reason why you shouldn't come.
Should you keep that sword down, She-Ra?
Okay.
Blocking
Start.
From He-Man to you. You have the power to get to PowerCon 3. You need to be there because it is powerful. There's amazing people. There's amazing fan base.
Yes.
There's amazing exhibits. We might even be there.
Maybe. No, we'll be there. You better believe we'll be there.
You know, there's a convention, it's called ThunderCon/PowerCon. It's basically the raddest thing in the entire world, and you need to come next year. No matter what you're doing, you need to come to ThunderCon.
I'm talking to you out there. Now, I know a lot of people have a lot of good intentions. They like to give gifts to their family for Christmas. They like to give money to charity. They like to eat food. They like to, pay the rent. Forget all of that. Save your money. Get your butt to PowerCon next year. Because if you ain't here, you ain't nowhere. And this is where it's at. Be there.
If you're watching this right now, it is very important for you to be at the next PowerCon ThunderCon. If you don't, the consequences to the timeline could be disastrous.
Hello everybody, I'm Shira and
Swiftwind.
And we're here at PowerCon 2012 and you all should be here if you're He-Man or Thundercats fans.
Yes, He-Fans and She-Ravers. Why are you not here? You make me cry crystal tears of power.
Everyone should come out to PowerCon. There's tons of fun, there's art, there's famous people who have created the show. Everyone needs to come out.
Absolutely.
Come to PowerCon ThunderCon 2013 or die.
You know, some of you were not at PowerCon ThunderCon this year. Why? I mean, people... I may have cried a little tear. Actually, I'm not crying a tear. I'm actually angry at you for not being there because you missed out on all the fun. I mean, what's your excuse? Oh, I didn't know about it. Well, we've been online for 2 years now. All your friends have been there. They knew about it. You know, they're making fun of you for not being there. So you better be there next year. You're going to make He-Man cry. You know, you don't want to do that. You don't want He-Man cry. Actually, I probably turned you off there. Not coming to the show, but, you know. Anyway, the best reason at all to come to the show is if you haven't been there, talk to people who have been there. All the fans who come hang out just like yourself, and especially all the different creators that we have at the show to celebrate the He-Man, She-Ra, and Thundercats line. Tons of panels, tons of activities going on. If anything, we'll just have a good time for the weekend, and you know, there's not much more to say. You know, you want to have a good time? Come to PowerCon ThunderCon. You won't regret it.
Tigra, Chitara, I've called this meeting of the remaining Thundercats.
Oh, Lionel.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
To discuss.
I do miss the others.
We do miss.
What's his name?
Snarf and the other guy.
Yes, that's right.
Panthro and Mumra.
I don't miss Mumra.
Well, he slobbered a lot. But,
Yes, he
but
did.
the main thing is we're here to talk about PowerCon ThunderCon, or as we like to call it, ThunderCon PowerCon. And
I like to call it my event.
Yes, you do, Tigra. Oh, you kidder, you.
Thunder Kidder. Now wait a minute. I hate to say this, but I think I see a few fans out there, or they call themselves fans, who aren't here, who haven't come to the convention.
Get your Sword of Omen.
Can you believe that?
what's up with that?
Yes.
Yeah. You can't.
Look what you're
What's
missing.
up with
Look
that?
what you're missing by
Look
not
what you're
being
missing.
here.
I'll talk
There's
to you
always
in person.
next year. We'll be back next year, right?
We'll be
Yes,
back
we
next
will.
year.
God willing.
God willing.
And the creek don't rise.
And the creek don't rise. We'll be here next year. You'll be here next year.
You.
And you.
And you.
And be here
And you.
or
Many of
not.
them.
Oh, there are so many of
I'm
them.
not sure that's the saying.
I'm
but-
going to be here waiting for them for next
Yeah.
year.
I miss you.
Yeah. Come one, come all.
I miss you.
There's room.
They can't see
There's
us in
room.
shorts, can
I'll
they?
rent a suite. I don't know.
Ho!
Ha ha. Oh ho.
Oh, what a world. What a world.
Or they. What will...
The master of the universe, the Ambrosia and essence.
Freaking
I'm trying.
It's because it's fitting to my tiny little chin.
But it's really really good.
Hey, Carla. Would you do the honor of...
Hello.